Let me hit record. All right. Welcome everyone to Mind Your Own Business. I'm Dr. Erin, your high performance coach and the success psychologist, and really excited you're here. I want to talk about something that's, I think, make it or break it kind of thing in our business. And it's probably a concept that many of you have visited before in your life, but I want you to really think of it through Euphoria lens and through the training that Travis just did on Monday night. So to back up Travis's training, he shared with us that if you share Euphoria with 2 human beings a day, 5 days a week, in 2 years, you will make 100 grand. Okay. So if you can mute yourselves. Yep. Mute all. Thank you. Okay. Mute all. Okay. So saying that again, we all
just
know.
A sec.
Oh, Siri. I'm not talking to Siri. Oh my gosh. She's like, just a sec. Saying that again, I want you to just let that sink in your psyche. 2 humans a day, 5 days a week for 2 years, and I could make 100 grand. Okay, I know everyone on this call, except for Joe B, none of us are making 100 grand. And that's not to shame us. That's just not happening. Okay, so that's interesting, right? That's about $8,000 a month. Okay, so I want you to post in the comments, if this is true, then why is it that only about 1% of humans do that? Share in the comments. So if we know this is true, why is it we don't do that? And why is it that our future teams are going to struggle to do this simple thing that could have massive results? Fear or worth? Okay, thank you, Heather. Why is it that people don't reach out to 2 people a day? So I want you to think about this. Did you know 20% of businesses fail in the first year? By 5 years, half have failed. By 5 years, half are out. And by 10 years, only 33% survive. When you look at all Americans combined, only 8% of humans are making 100 grand a year. Actually, about 50% make $36,000 a year. I want you to write that down. 50% of Americans make $36,000 a year. How much is that a month? That is like $3,000 a month. Do you know how doable that is in Euphoria? But that is what Americans and most human beings are sitting at, okay? So there's this juxtaposition of, we have this very simple thing that we could do that could get this exquisite, extraordinary results. Okay. Only 6% of 6-figure earners are women. Now, most female-driven businesses fail because most businesses fail. We established that. Then you look at network marketing, and of course, network marketing is really heavy on women, but which skews the numbers. But 80% of people making 100 grand or more in network marketing, 80% are women. Okay. So we've got this human bell curve, right? And most people fit in this, the big fat part in the middle, and then on skinny edges are like the people that are in poverty, and the people over here on the other skinny edge, like 1 to 2% of humans are making 6 figures. So I want you to drop in the comments. Second question I have. So the first question, fear or worth, belief, okay. Get lost in consistency, absolutely. They don't believe it's actually possible, yes, because it's never happened. Inconsistency, yes. Okay, let me ask you this. What is something you've achieved that's pretty awesome, that took a long time? Post that in the chat. What's something you've achieved that didn't take you a month, it took you a while? You hosted a retreat in Mexico. Yes, Pamela's been doing her business for years with a dream of someday hosting a retreat, and she made it possible. Nursing school, absolutely. How many years, Judy, did it take you to get through and become a nurse? Built my publishing company. Yes, Heather, you've been at this for 4 years. Getting my health back, Michelle Perry, you've been at that for decades. 25 years you were at home every day. 20 years sober. Yes, Stacy, 1 day at a time. 20 years to establish that. What's else? Raising great humans. I've heard it's not even just an 18-year job, it's a lifetime job, right? Parenting is the best example of pretty much humans' only ability, as I see it, to really play the long game. Somehow parenting, we understand I need to show up as my best self today. It's so interesting. I was thinking
You
about
can come in.
Oh God, mute. We got to mute. Somehow we don't think like, I don't know, I'll just see how it turns out in 18 years. Like somehow in parenting, we're raising an epic human being, which means we need to, what matters is the day by day. So parenting is the only example I can think of, or going through college where somehow we play the long game. But humans suck at the long game, like terrible. So what we're asking ourselves to do is quite the feat. Okay, now put in your comments. How did you do that thing? How did you do that thing where it took that you just wrote? How did you make it? Why were you able to play the long game and achieve that great thing that took you a long time to do? What was it that allowed you to do that and have that success? Like really think about like, oh yeah, I did. I went to school for 12 years. Like, how did I do that? Put in the chat room, how? But I know, marriage, how have I done that? 36 years of something that succeeded. Like, how? What is the secret sauce? Having a plan, belief, passion, yes. Never giving up. This idea, I never considered like, if I don't really like grad school, I think I'll just quit today. Never ever crossed my mind. Yes, you made a decision, Michelle. I'm not giving up, which meant I am not going to die. I'm choosing to live. Working on it every single day. Somehow in parenting and all these things that we've achieved, we get, oh yeah, we work on that. Okay, recommitting every day. Oh, we're gonna talk about brain science of that. Okay, great. What is something, now put in the chat, what is something you've really wanted to achieve but you haven't yet? Like what haven't you? You really invested in the product, yeah, you invested, you probably decided. Ooh, income, yep, you just haven't, me too, Heather, haven't quite made, you haven't achieved that thing. What is it? Something that you haven't yet achieved. Six figures, yep. What else? Any goal that you just really wanted to conquer that you just haven't? Quitting your job and moving financial freedom with your network marketing, writing a book. Got it, good. For some people, it's like, I cannot just lose the 30 pounds and keep it off. I just can never reach that goal. A best-selling book. Stacy's gonna write a best-selling book? Absolutely. Yeah, now write, why is it that you haven't achieved that? Oh, prioritizing other things, time excuse. I love the honesty. Fear of remembering. Oh, that you won't remember. Not giving my time to it. Not consistent. Thank you. Okay. So now let's pivot to solving this problem, because you guys are in it for the long game in Euphoria, and you're going to need to teach your teams how to be in the long game. This is where the cards are stacked. Yes, there's no pain. Pain is not big enough. Amen. Do you know what the pain would have been if I would have quit school with no degree, with $80,000 of debt? That would have been that wasn't even conceivable to me. Do you know what the pain would be for Stacy if she didn't stay sober? That's not an option. So yes, your pain is not big enough. I always say I do not want to waste my suffering. Like, you've got to have a reason of being sick and tired of where you are that it propels you enough. So one of the things that's working against us with our human brains is what's called the time horizon. Time horizon is developmentally where our brains can actually live and like really think about and plan for, etc. So if you have like a 3-year-old, their time horizon is about 30 seconds. They cannot see ahead. Developmentally, they cannot. Adolescents, we know they can see about a week. Now, that doesn't mean their brain can't know that in 20 years there's going to be this world, or they're thinking about it. Doesn't mean that we can't think about it, but we don't actually live in the reality that our behaviors are dictated, reinforced, and punished by this time horizon. By the time we fully develop our brains by 25, our time horizon as adult is at most a year. Yes, we're thinking of retirement. Yes, we need to. Yes, we need to plan. But where do we really like operate in, and where does it light us up, and where do we actually feel consequences? It's about a year. So that's really working against us. Guess what else is really working against us? Our culture. 3 steps to instant success, right? You're one funnel away. And I know you're all like, frickin' men. Okay, if we know that network marketing is a business like any other business, and most businesses fail by 3 to 5 years, and most businesses actually don't see money by 3 to 5 years, we've got to change our perspective. We can make money the first month. We can get instant wins for people for $40 for joining a business, okay? Okay, so we've got to really stay in the zone of changing our perspective that, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 ways to kind of train your brain to really change this, and then I'm going to open it up because I can't wait to hear what you say. So one of the things is, I think what Judy said, but you've got these brains that are really good forgetters. And I talk about this a lot. When you lose motivation or lack of consistency or any reason that you all said, I'm not fully committed or I procrastinate, you just simply have forgotten your vision, right? You've got to keep it on the dashboard of your brain. So we've got to literally visit your dream, probably for the next year, your year dream. We know where we're going. We're all going free in euphoria. But what's your dream for the next year? And I want you to say every single morning, these 3 words: look at me, and then fill it in. Look at me on my way to free. Look at me building my empire. Look at me making a phone call and getting one step closer to free. I've already decided I'm free, that level in euphoria, right? I've already decided I'm a millionaire. I've already decided. So then what does that look like? It looks like then my higher power and myself are co-creating and simply stepping into the reality that's already there. So I want you to understand that every step you take, every customer you enroll, every business builder is like, oh, I'm co-creating the rank of free. Oh, I'm co-creating a millionaire, my income, or whatever it is for you. Oh, I'm one step closer. And you've got to link that up with these daily behaviors that are so unsexy and so unglamorous. And if you link that up, it changes things. When I am on the treadmill, I say, look at me growing my empire. Why? Because I know my spiritual health makes me money. When I am choosing a good food over Oreos, like a healthy food over Oreos, I say it matters. Look at me choosing my championship. Look at me, one workout closer to winning on stage. You got to link up every single thing. When I post on social media, look at me growing my visibility and empire. Look at me on my way to New York Times bestseller. I link up everything in my brain. And I want you to do that too in a way that really matters for you, okay? I also want to, so remind your brain daily to do the look at me, right? Link things up. And then, as Pamela and I always say, document your wins. Like, this is why in network marketing, people love network marketing, because we work in 30-day cycles. Nowhere else do people work in 30-day cycles. We get awards, we get recommended, we get to win free, trips in the future. Like, it's going to be excellent. It's we're solving the problem of the time horizon gap, and we're solving the problem of humans wanting what they want right now. So we've got a perfect storm, right? We've got a perfect opportunity. That's why people love network marketing, because they get the goodies all the time. Every single time. I mean, Mel reaches out on Facebook and we're all like, woohoo! That's how we're supposed to live as humans. So we have to document every win along the way. Oh my gosh, I'm one customer closer. Look at me growing my empire to free. Because how could it not happen? It's inevitable. So you're co-creating and stepping into that reality. So I'm gonna leave it with this. You probably all heard me read this, but I want to read it again because it's gold. Who has read The Slight Edge or knows the law of the slight edge? Pamela does. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. I don't know if Stacy has. Stacy, have you read The Slight Edge? Put in the chat. You're gonna love this. Okay. This is literally. I want you to read it. And I want to think about your euphoria business. Just set your intention in your brain. Take a couple breaths. Think about that big, scary goal. It's going to require you to do these Simple, unsexy, unglamorous things every day when no one's watching. Ready? Here's the law of the slight edge. The simple things that lead to success are all easy to do, but they're also just as easy not to do. It's easy to save a few bucks a day and easy not to do. It's easy to do 15 minutes of cardio a day, walk a brisk mile or two. Truly easy to do or not. The successful and unsuccessful both do the basic same things in their lives day in and day out. Yet the things successful people do take them to the top, while the things unsuccessful people do take them down and out. So what's the difference? The difference is their awareness, understanding, and application of the slight edge in their life and work. Successful winners understand the power of the slight edge. Unsuccessful people do not. Everything you need to do to transform your life is easy to do. It's easy to become healthy, fit, and vibrant. It's easy to become financially independent. It's easy to have a happy family and a life rich with meaningful friendships. It's just a matter of mastering the mundane, of repeating simple little disciplines, that done consistently over time will add up to the very biggest accomplishments. Of course, it's just as easy not to. But that simple, seemingly insignificant error in judgment, compounded over time, will ruin your chances for success. You can count on it. That's the choice you face every day, every hour. A simple positive action repeated over time. A simple error in judgment repeated over time. So easy to do, so easy not to do. So I'll open it up. Unmute yourself. Where does the law of the slight edge fit into your euphoria business? What's resonating with you? Thank you for listening. Take it away.
So good. So good.
So good. Always.
I can make one more phone call. I can send one more message, or I cannot.
And what are you going to tell your brain when it says, what's 2 phone calls? What's 1 phone call?
Yeah. I'm going to say, look at me building my way to free.
Yeah, I think that's, I dig that, Pamela. You know, I give myself transition time. We just moved from Texas up here. And yet what's nicer now is I feel frustrated when I'm not living my perfect day. Like I don't have it laid out. And what's been actually really fun, using the nutrition, the 90-day event, man, when I got up and got 25 ounces and half my nutrition, and when I was rowing first thing, every day was good. If I didn't do that, I struggled getting my nutrition in and getting everything going. And it's like, the fun thing was I knew that. And if I didn't drink any wine at night, I knew it. I felt better the next morning. It was one of those things where, what you posted this morning, Erin, why I know better. Why don't I do better? Like, why don't I do what I know? And so today I was beginning my perfect Cadillac day, you know, which is, why ride around the lake in the morning? Because I know that 45-minute or 35-minute bike ride, it's not that important to my health, but it's important to how I set my day. You know, what goes in my head, if it's music or if it's a book or something like that, a podcast for those few minutes, to get 25 to 30 to 35 ounces of liquid in my body early, you know, it does make a difference. And so I'm going after it. And I just built out my mother's garage, got the bike set, got the rowing machine in case it's raining. I'm opening up the garage door and I'm going to row in the rain. It doesn't matter because I'm not going to be in the rain. I'm going to watch the rain. So I'm excited about that. And I just need to do the same thing then for my business. Like I saw the difference in my body.
Yeah.
I have not yet been successful in tying my behavior to my business financial outcome. You haven't been able to do it. Haven't tied it. Yeah.
Stacy, would you like to be my accountability partner? Or I don't know, Sanctuary in the Woods. Sorry, is that
Joby.
Joby. Hi, Joby. Would you like to be
Sorry.
my accountability partner for rowing and walking and cycling?
You just bought a rower.
Okay, Heather.
I just bought a rowing machine and I've been on it, and I would love an accountability partner.
Here's my real name. Hold on. Let me do this for you.
Okay.
You know, Joby, we talked about when you make the 2 calls a day, it builds this confidence, which is the ability to keep the promises you make to yourself. And it's removing the bandwidth issue again, right? Of, am I going to do what I say I'm going to do today? Like, I don't even want your brains going there anymore. There is so much freedom. It's like that with your morning walk or ride. It's like, I don't get points for exercising anymore. It's just what I do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get points for doing what you just do joyfully.
Yeah, I did just give it away. So Heather, I'm going to go back and say yes. Did you just, Heather, are you going to join? Are you doing the 30-day thing in July?
Yeah,
Okay, me too.
absolutely.
I'm going to put rowing in, maybe even if I walk and if I bike. I might do rowing after dinner. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
so
Well,
let's,
it's two separate events for me every day. Like I walked 13,000
Yeah.
steps the other day, and that's kind of where, yeah, because I feel better.
good
And
for you.
yeah, and so that was my two things for my two decisions for the comeback story for Tony Robbins was to show up for my business because I lost a year's worth of income from Euphoria and my health, because I'm really about the health and wellness piece because immunity is everything, right? So that's my claim to fame for Euphoria.
100%. Yeah. And you know what? It also, the 30-day thing, like you're saying, Dr. Aaron, I think if you can prove to yourself you can do something for 30 days,
Yep.
and Heather, I just lost, I think it was 33 total pounds in 90 days.
It's
And
amazing.
so
Good for
I was
you.
able, thanks to this team, right? Because there was accountability and because I'd said I would do it, I did it. But when May dropped off, we hit a plateau. And then when we gave ourselves loads of wonderful excuses, didn't gain any more weight, which is cool, but we just stopped doing the losing. And so I think what you're trying to do, Aaron, is get us here is to, if we can do this in our
Business.
bodies,
Yes.
how do we
Yes.
flip that? And this, Heather, what I was trying to do was 30 bigger pounds. I was not a great Euphoria testimony. I was not my own testimony to the process, to the system, to the product. And so I wanted to become, and that's what I'm going to use today. If we want to become Facebook friends, I'm going to throw my two pictures up and say 90 days of Euphoria and this system, you know, Aaron's mindset, et cetera, and see if that can get me some customers. But also folks to be accountable with this, you know, I just think it's a great idea, Aaron. I'm hoping we actually end up going more than 30 because,
Well, we'll just repeat every 30 days. It's going to be amazing.
yeah.
So look at the process. Let's look at a 30,000 feet level. So what works in health? Accountability, doing something for 30 days. Sounds a lot like our business.
Mhm.
Every
It
30
is.
days we start over. Like, it's so good. It's so
Yeah.
rigged for our success. How can we support you all on this call? Like, what is the hiccup? What, you know,
Can I answer, Aaron? I know I'm talking a lot this time, but you know what is helpful for me is when I get on my little scale and I attach it to my phone and I say, here's my body fat, here's my bone density, here's my visceral. I know the numbers may not be the truth, but they are a thing that moves. And I think the thing I need in Euphoria is some kind of direct line, and I'm a numbers geek, that says when I get 1 rep, boom, here's my income. And if I help that rep get theirs for free, now I have 4 reps.
Yep.
Here's what that one person, that little pod of people now, because I want them to get theirs for free. Not only will that stimulate them, but it gets them their product for free. And if I think that's what I want to do. And yet, if I could play numbers, if I do this, it creates this income. If I do this, it creates this income. Then I tie. Come on. Yep. Draw things.
so you need to draw things, and we all need to draw things or whatever. We need to remind our brain that we're getting there. It's like a thermometer, right? So what if you're like, I wonder who I'm going to meet. I wonder who's going to be this person. And then they meet their 4 customers. Like literally a real estate agency that I coached last year, they're top in this city. They don't track their numbers. They track how many humans they put into homes. And they had on their board and they filled in those families' pictures. They took a picture and pasted them in there. And they're like, another family served, you know, like we all have to do this. So the cool thing again is, okay, let me see what I need to rank advance 1 time this month. Okay, great. What is that? And then I do Euphoria math and I work it backwards. I'm like, oh, Like Heather was like, I want I know Gracie last night was like, I need to earn $500. I'm like, oh, great. That's 25 or whatever it was customers. I'm like, great. Let's get busy doing that. Like, and then do this. That's your little documenting your wins, right?
Right. And Erin, in my business, when I put a rep in, is it a $25 direct line to me?
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what they're going to do. You can't count on anything. That's the piece that's not Euphoria Math. You don't know what they're going to do.
But I have to count on it. I have to play.
You can count on $25 a month. That's what you can count on right now. They're
Per
nutrition.
rep.
Yep. Per
And
anybody.
then if they get people, if I
Yep.
help them, because I think what I do, I
Yep.
help. I'm really good at helping them more than me, you know? But if I'm like, well, if that's your strength, Joe, then why don't you do that? Why don't you bust your ass until
Oh my gosh.
that person is free? Until they're free, I'm not going to stop annoying them, you know? So, but on that second level, what is the income to me when they get a person? 15 bucks, 10 bucks?
10 residual bonus.
Next level. See, that's what I think. I got to do the math. And then those 2 phone calls over time, like how many phone calls equals a rep, just track my own numbers. And every rep, then I help that rep get 4. So now I'm doing 35. That way a pod is 25, 35, 40, $65. A person whose Euphoria is free is 65 bucks.
Eric Worre said, you are missing it, you guys. Your culture should be for and free. You are missing it. I am trying to have that be our culture for our team, but that's just what we do. That's just what we do.
Yep. And then, for me, it's for and free. But what we've built with Mel, once yours is free, put your spouse on and then get 4 underneath them. I mean, that way you're not killing your household if you don't have 2 incomes right now, but get yours free. And that's what Mel's trying to do. I need to get my wife on this. Okay. He's got to get 4, then put her on it and then get her 4. And now I've got 8.
Known as 4 and free. Yep. I had a new customer in the challenge. I'm like, great. Next step. Let's get 4 of your friends. Go and post this. I gave her the exact words from Stacy because it was freaking brilliant. And she posted it. I'm like, great. Let's get 4 people on this week. Guess what? 5 new people in my company. That's incredible. Yeah. These challenges are going to blow up our business.
Well, let's rock them, because the thing I think it fell off a little bit near the end was the 90-day thing. It was really tough. If you can do 30 and 30
we think we can do 90, but we really can't. So 30 days is you've established the habits, and now we're going to stick by you. We're going to stay, but it's almost like 30-day jump start is what I want to call them, instead of boot camps or challenges. Because
why don't you?
Right? Should we change it? It's so you like that?
Did you like just put? Yeah, I just put in my Instagram post, I put July Jumpstart.
July Jumpstart. You have the same idea as me, Judy. I know it's a good one. Like, seriously, because I want the psychology of it to be like, you're going to be on your way to a lifetime of new habits.
Right.
That's what I did. Yeah. Okay, good.
July Jumpstart. Let's rename it. Good job, Judy.
Oh, July Jumpstart. Okay. I didn't even.
That's what she just did. I just stole it from Judy.
I missed it. Thank you. I'm, 2 days from competing. I love it. July freaking Jumpstart. Yes.
Yep. Because that's what
I gotta go. I have Pilates. I gotta go.
Okay. Bye,
Pamela.
And Pamela's really good at just texting me like, I just want you to know, I just reached out to 5 people. I just want you to know, I just did 20. Like, I do that. That's why I was all telling you, like, my numbers. It's because we all need it.
Yeah, we do. I love it. Can I ask you one question? Go ahead, Judy.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I was thinking about this. It's just as easy to do as it is not to do, right? It's like, and, so why don't we do it if it's like, right? I mean, obviously we are aware that we've been doing it this way for a long time. So it's just as easy to do what we've always done. Right. But when we're losing weight or changing our lifestyle or our habits or whatever, right, there's the resistance there where it's like just as easy to have a glass of wine or not, right? Just as easy. And so same thing with the phone call. Yep. Got my water here too. So, or my salad, just as easy, right? Until it just becomes, the resistance is always going to be there until it becomes, until we get past the resistance, right? So, right. And I think you know, I just really clicked that, like, I'm not always going to feel in resistance to
Yeah.
like reaching out. Right? It's
Yeah,
like
you're
the
not always going to be in resistance. That's a nice way to put that.
We're not always going to be there. And I always say easy's not sleazy. Easy means mastery.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not hard for me to get to the gym. It's not, it's mastery. It's just what, you know, so yes, I think that's why people fear it. They're like, am I always going to feel this bad? Like this much effort? Like, is a phone call always going to feel this much effort? And they're like, I don't want to do that the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I
Love
think
that,
also,
Judy.
you know, for me, what you're saying, Aaron, the look at me, I think I need one more half of that sentence to say, and I'll feel better tomorrow because, I mean, it's like, if I do this, I'll feel better tomorrow. If I do this, for some reason, I have to link it with health, it worked. I knew,
For you, I think for all of us, it's a whole nother, maybe next week too, but I link it up to my identity, which is my 3 words. So my 3 words are fit, free, and aligned. And it's so look at me being my ideal self. Like look at me living in integrity with who I actually want to be. Yes, I
Yes.
want the Oreo, but I actually want to live in integrity with who I am. So the Oreo becomes a big deal. It's a spiritual problem.
yeah, that's a nice, that's gonna, let's
requires-
maybe next week, that would be
Okay.
that second half of it. I really,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's really cool. It's about
I think it's an
my
identity.
identity.
I don't think it's a willpower. I think it's a
Right.
identity. Yeah, Judy knows this too. Yeah. Okay, good. We'll talk about that next week. Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to.
I think also like Joby, like what, you know, I've been working on this and I talked to Dr. Aaron too about like because, you know, we have a good amount of money in the bank and different things, right? So, but it's like, okay, I want to create a foundation, or I want to be, whether it's foundation or whatever, but I want to be able to, you know, COVID made me, I wanted to write checks for people that, or
Yeah.
groups or organizations. And we were able to do some of that, right? But it's like, really like, my brain doesn't work with like dollar signs. So like, at
Yeah.
least like, what do I want to use the money for?
To do, yes.
Like, right? What is the money represents freedom, right? Freedom to choose. The money represents freedom to give. The money
Okay.
represents freedom to go, right? So the money represents the freedom. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe really getting clear on like,
But here's what the greats would do, Judy. They would write the checks now. Every
Yeah.
month you get you would write a $5 check and you would
Yep.
and a 10, whatever it is that you got to get that tangible, like I am using my business.
That's a great idea. Even writing small.
You
So that
have
then
to
I can
start
add
now.
this.
Yeah.
Add this.
yeah,
add
that's what I was doing. Cause it was
Good.
really making a difference then, even though, yes, like, you know, we do, like, we need the income not to survive, but like, because I got to prove to myself and to the world and like, you know, that it's
And
like
you
needs
know,
to happen.
For everyone, Judy, the income is always tied to what their identity is. So I want the income of a millionaire because it's linked to, I don't want to leave this earth without fulfilling my potential and glorifying God in all that I do. Like it's a spiritual vision for me. And it is for anybody. Whatever the income is about, who you're going to be when you're at that level. So
Right.
Well, and I think Aaron, you and I were on a call a bit ago, and when someone did this, someone flipped, and they said, "Imagine," and we did $1 a month. How you
yeah.
know, and then 10, and then 100, and 1,000. And at a certain point, Judy, what this guy was brilliant. At a certain point, the number that came into your head was, that's when I hit that, I'll be okay and be able to take care of my family without, you know. But that number also, then he said, how many of you, once that number was in your head, whatever that number is, that your family was okay, how many of you thought about the next dollar is what can I do? Who else can I help? And I mean, 99% of people, it wasn't now the toy, it was now who else can I help? And I thought, holy shit, that's me too. It's like, what's the number that is that protection number? It feels like a human okay thing to have that. Family first, but then I'm like, that's the number I got to shoot for now. That's the only number that matters anymore, because at that, you know, for me, that was 10 grand a month coming in, really takes care of the stuff we want to do. And that 10,001, that became my new whole yeah, that's what I'm actually going to shoot for. And that's not unreasonable if I give myself a couple years to arc there,
Mhm.
right? But I got to tie it. I'm working on this, Erin. This is going to be fun. I think and I
Yeah.
also know, yeah, the minute I can help others do that, the minute I'm going to do it myself.
Oh, well, that's just, yeah. When
just
you start
ridiculous.
growing your team, like game over. You're just gonna be like, this is the funnest thing I've ever done. Like, it's so great. Yeah.
And that's who I am. I'd rather do that, and that's why I teach, right? That's why we coach. That's
I
why
am
we do.
Toby. What do you do? I help people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I help
I'm a
people.
helper.
All right, my friends. Man, good call.
All right. Awesome.
Good to see your faces.
You
That's
too.
what
You
Michigan.
too. Have
Have a
fun
great
up
day.
there. Have fun up there in Michigan.
I'm in Michigan.
Yes. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Stacy.
Bye. Thank you, Dr. Aaron.
You're welcome.
Hey, have an awesome,
Thank you.
awesome event.
We're
Yes,
excited.
I'll be there. We're watching, Erin. We're
Okay,
watching.
thank you. Bye. Thank you.
We're watching you, hon.
Okay, I'll be the
Have
hot
fun.
blonde in the G string.
Have fun. Okay. Have fun,
I will.
Erin.
I'm gonna have so much fun.
Have fun. All right.
So
Love you.
much fun. Love you.
Bye bye.